What a beautiful day. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another story time. You know, that's what happened when you're in the downtime, you know what I mean? So I can't skateboard for a while, for at least 4 more weeks. Not till like the maybe first of next month, maybe October, first week of October. Because my sister and brother, my brother-in-law, they're going to Las Vegas, you know, because they're like retired, so they want to enjoy their life, you know. So they're going to Las Vegas for like 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So, you know, I don't want to go and worry them, you know, while they're on vacation. So the week after they come, the next Saturday, I'm gonna go to the skate park. That's the plan anyway. So that was a long intro. Today's video is how did I meet Natas Kaupas? Well, if you're watching, fast forward like probably 20 minutes or so forward, like far. Because, you know, I like to make my videos like detailed, right? And down to the ground, you know? It's actually for this guy, one of the commenters, Sika1. He loved this kind of format video, you know. He likes me just ranting and shit. So now he's got me for a whole month just ranting. Of course, I'm gonna still be ranting in between, you know, even if I be able to skateboard and stuff. I like telling stories, you know, with my with each video, right? So let's see, how did I meet Natas Kaupas? We can go way back to 1985. I'm not gonna go way back far, but there are good videos that will go way back more than that. But for now, we're just gonna go to 1985. I was living in Clovis, New Mexico, which is the next state away. I'm in Texas now, so Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, then California. Okay, remember those 4 states. It's gonna come in later. So I started skateboarding 1985, watching you know, Back to the Future. I was 14 years old, and then a year after that, I got Thrasher magazine and found out everything was in California. So I want to go to California. So that was when I was 14 years old. In 1989, I was supposed to be going to 12th grade, my senior year in high school. My sister called me, said she got a job in Phoenix, Arizona. So remember, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, right? She was working at Southwest as an accountant. So I told my brother I live with now, my brother-in-law, and my sister, who I was living back then, that's who I was living with. Now I'm living with them still, 40 years later. Anyway, so they're like, yeah, heck yeah. So we'll drive you over there. So in the summer of 1989, they drove me to Phoenix, Arizona, to my sister's house. So this is during the summer, and then after that, you know, I was supposed to go to Tempe High School, my 12th grade. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm all excited because I was one state closer. So one summer, I went to a, so back in the day, there was no such thing as a internet. So we have this thing called a yellow book, the yellow page, see? So a yellow book looks like. This is actually, back in the day, they're like in the back of the telephone book. So you have the phone numbers with people's names. Here you just look up businesses, right? So you look under S for skateboarding, you know, like this is N, see N. So you look under S. So you look under S, and then you find a skateboarding. So I saw skateboarding, and I don't even know if they have skateboarding here. I doubt it. Anyway, I found Pantsman. There's a skate shop called Pantsman under the yellow book. So this is yellow book. I know, I'm surprised they still print them, right? This is the latest one, you know. Because I guess because we live in the small town of Euless, you know. I don't know. See. So I was like, hell yeah. So we had at Phoenix, Arizona, Tempe, Arizona, and then Mesa, Arizona. So two cities away is where the Pantsman skate shop is. So it's like 115 degrees outside in the middle of like July. So I started skating down towards Pantsman. After about 6 miles into it, 4 or 6 miles, somewhere around there, I met this kid named Ted. And I was like so excited, right? First person on the skateboard. I was like, oh man. He's in 10th grade, you know? And I was in 12th grade. I was 2 years older than him. And I was like, hey dude, can I skate with you? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to my friend's house named Tony. So I was like, yeah, can I like tag along? He's like, yeah, sure. So I go to meet his friend named Tony. And turns out Tony is the same age as me. He was going to 12th grade at McClintock. I was supposed to go to Tempe, Arizona, right? Tempe High School in Arizona. But he went to McClintock in Tempe. So there's 2 schools in Tempe. Because ASU is right there too, Arizona State University. So I don't know, it's pretty big, I guess. Good city, like as far as school and stuff. So I met him and everything, and I switched everything, and everything worked out. I got to go to that high school. But then on a Sunday, my sister, she goes to this church, Chinese Baptist church, and so I went with her, you know, because I was, I became a Christian in like 6th grade. So my mom, she became a Christian, so we went to this Chinese church. And there was this kid that was in there, and in the Bible school, and he heard about me skateboarding, right? But then he knew this guy named Kevin. So this kid, he was in 10th grade, but he knew this guy Kevin, and he was in 12th grade. So he introduced me to him, and then we all clicked, man. So then right after that, he went to Phoenix, you know, school in Phoenix, way up in Paradise Valley, up north of Phoenix. So it's pretty far away. So it turned out to be, after a while, we got our little skate crew, right? It was me, Kevin, and Tony. Like, we were like the trio, right? The tripod, you know? You know what I mean? So we're like, I don't know, it's crazy. We're like, it seems like we knew each other forever. That's what's great about skateboarding, you know? You could go anywhere, man, and like skaters are like all act the same, whether you know the language or not, you know. All you have to do is watch Skate Nomad, right? The Nomad skater. He goes to all these countries, and you know he's welcome. 99% he's welcome. You know, now that 1% he might get like stabbed or something. So anyway, so one weekend. We're like, hey man, we should go to California, right? Take a trip down there. So I had my truck. I had a 1985 Nissan truck, right? And so me, Kevin, and Tony, on a Friday after school, we drove towards San Diego. We took the highway, Interstate 8, from Phoenix, Arizona, to San Diego. And so back then, so remember this 1989, 1990, so you had like, before then I was riding mostly Powell and Peralta skateboards, you know, mostly Tony Hawk boards. And just the skull and stuff like that, the team board. And this was, 8th Street was becoming big, right? 8th Street was coming up, you know? And Planet Earth, which is part of 8th Street. Chris Miller's the one that started that. So 8th Street was started by Tony Magnuson and Mike Tarnowski, right? And then Planet Earth was started by Chris Miller, an old, like, you know, vert, you know, pro. So you had people like Brian Lottie, Javante Turner, you know, and It's called Now and Later, the video. We used to go to Scottsdale, Arizona, and watch the videos right at the skate shop over there. Cause you know, dude, like that's how we got our information, you know, our update. And you know, once in a while, once a month, Thrasher magazine, but most of the times, you know, the VHS tapes, that's how we got our information. And just the rumors, you know, the gossip going around the skate shop. That's the reason I wanted to go to the Skated to Pants Man, right? In the beginning, you know. So I knew that's where, like, I guess that's a town hall or something like that, or what you would call it, for skateboarding, you know. Now you just pick your phone up and hit YouTube, right? Or Instagram or TikTok, right? Boom, you're there, you know. But there, back then, you physically have to get your ass down there, no matter how far it is, especially if you're like a kid, no car, nothing like that, you know. Anyway, so we get to San Diego. It was awesome, man. It was funny because you watch these videos and stuff like that, and you see these guys hanging out, like the Donger, right? Kian Lu, they call him the Donger, like this Vietnamese guy, like huge ass ollie, right? And him and his friend, this black guy named John Reeves. Then you have Sean Sheffy, you know what I mean? Like, so you had this thing called like School W, this famous School W that they skate at. And then there's like the Mission Beach parking lot. And believe it or not, we saw Sal Barbier there with his Mustang 5.0, the black car that it showed in his, like, I don't know if it's in a video, in a magazine or what. Like this, it's rare to get information, but somehow we're like, it's weird. Like we still get it, man. Like without the internet, you know. That's what's crazy about all this shit. You know, back then you didn't need the internet. You need a lot of this shit, but we still found it. And yeah, we saw Sal Barbier skate in the parking lot. I mean, it's just funny, man. So anyway, so we went there, and there's a skate shop right there too, I remember. So we just, then, you know, just hung out there or whatever, and we went to sleep in the parking lot. And I slept in a, you know, in the front cab, and then Tony and Kevin, like, I guess they slept on the back, and they switched off. You know, I was sleeping on the tailgate. So I had the tailgate down. I was sleeping across it. Some dude woke us up like 4 in the morning. He thought we got shot or something. Like we were dead. You guys all right, man? I thought you were dead. It's Californian for you, man. This is 1989-90, okay? That's why, like, they say crime's a lot, man. But you know, the crime's always been there, man. It's just here. You know, you got social media, so you see that shit all the time, you know. So anyway, after that, we're like, all right, cool, you know. So after that, we drove from San Diego up to LA, which is 2 hours. So we drove up to LA, and we're like, yeah, man, remember, you know, we're like, yeah, remember, what was that? Streets of Fire? Wheels of Fire. The first one, Wheels of Fire, Santa Cruz video. So, you know, like, they had Natas and everything, right? Natas, Jeff Kendo and all that shit. And we'd always watch the Natas part. And I remember before I took off, because it took me like 2 years to learn how to ollie up a curb. Because I was just trying to do it myself. I didn't know how to do it. I would just, you know what I mean? I would just look at the still picture of Mark Gonzalez. Had a sequence at El Barcadero in San Francisco. He had like a three picture sequence where he went. He's in the air and then he's down, right? So I'm like looking to see if maybe he duct taped his shoes on there or drew a hole or something, you know. I'm like, how the hell did he get in the air, you know? But one of my friends, this guy named Brian, he's really obsessed with shit, man. So he would rewind the Natas part, right? When he ollieing up the table, right? Ollieing up the top of the table, the picnic table. And then he would just do a standing still ollie, and he would watch it over and over and over. So, and finally he got it, dude. And when I got hooked up with him and we started skating, and he taught me how to ollie, you know, and I was like, oh fuck yeah! Like I said, it took me like 2 years, man, trying to learn how to ollie up a curb. Ollie. Finally, kind of sad because You know, people that's smart, they always have like mental problems, man. You know what I mean? Like have something in them. It's weird. Like that's why I'm glad. Like I'm glad I'm not gifted, because I think I have most of my common sense shit, because it seems like gifted people that has like some kind of thing, they have some kind of something missing in their brain, you know, because to take that part, put in the smart part, right? Just like right now, right? Like I'm blind, my left eye. I got 30% my right eye, but since my vision is gone, right? Most of it. Now it has to go somewhere, my senses, right? So now my hearing is really, really like good. I can hear a lot of shit, you know, like far away but then at the same time it's too loud sometimes if somebody like rev up the engine on a motorcycle or whatever, or they walk in front of me real fast, you know, I get a jump scare all the time, you know. That's the only bad part. Or at nighttime when I hear the leaves, like the dry leaves flying by from the wind, like shh, they're so loud in my ear, it sounds like a rattlesnake. And I'm like, you know, but because back then when I was a kid, you know, I was scared of ghosts, so I'd be like, oh fuck, you know, like ghosts, you know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, so we were skating like towards downtown one time. It was me, him, and this guy named Gary. Just three of us just cruising. We can go skate this spot, you know, in downtown. We're just cruising down and ollie up a curb, you know, like nothing, you know. Like I said, it took me like 2 years. So then that guy Brian, he was right behind me, so he ollie, and his back wheel hung up on the curb, and it threw him, you know. And then I heard him fall, so I stopped, I turned around, and I was like, hey Brian, you alright? He got up, man, his face was red, man. He was so fucking pissed, man. Like, he goes, man, I thought, how do you fucking ollie, how'd you beat me and shit, you know, like, how did you clear the curb so easy? And then I fucking got hung up, like, he was blaming me for, just because he taught me, you know, like, he should have been doing this shit better than me, you know, but it wasn't a competition, we're just cruising, you know, we're just skateboarding, you know what I mean, down the street. So then he took his skateboard and propped it up on those walls, right? And just kicked it in half, dude. He broke his board in half, and just, you know, we lived in a small town, so it's a lot of fields, right? Like grass stuff. He fucking chucked it in the field and just walked home, dude. And that's the last time I heard of him. Well, not until like 1994. I kind of like went back to Clovis, you know. I mean, after like another big, long fucking story. Just to make it short, I saw him again. He joined the army or something. So of course, you know, he was obsessive. So he's all buffed and shit, right? He's huge, right? And I guess he wanted to be a cop and all that. I'm like, great. Can you imagine what he did to his skateboard? Now he's a cop and he's fucking big, I'm telling you. Dude, you know, he's obsessive. Like I told you, man. He fucking buffed himself. Huge. He was like buff, man. Can you imagine? Like some criminal. He busted some criminal or something, and man, what he did to his skateboard, we were only like 16, 17 years old back then. Fuck, man, you know what I mean? Now he's in his like 23, 24 years old. Anyway, I don't even know where we're at now. Huh. Alright, getting back to oh yeah, Natas, Ollie and everything. So anyway, he's in the Wheels of Fire. We watch his videos over and over and over. And street skating with Natas Kaupas and Bill Danford. Like they showed you how to roll and shit and fall. And I mean, every video that had Natas in it, like I seen it, you know what I mean? So I know, like, it was him and Mark Gonzalez, right? The two like street legends, you know, to us. Back then, you know, back then there's no name, you know, we didn't have no name for anybody. We didn't call him like GOAT, you know, you're the GOAT, dude, you're the GOAT. He's a legend, you know, 5-time X game, you know what I mean? Now they got like names for everything, you know, like fucking 5-time X game gold, Nigel Houston out of 19, X Games, he's the #1 street skater, he got 15 gold medals, he got 259,559 9 clubs, you know what I mean? Like nowadays, everything is all fucking names, you know? Everybody's got to label themselves as something, you know? I just tell people, hey man, I just tell him I would die a skateboarder. That's it. I'm just a skateboarder. That's it. So we get up to, LA, right? So we get up to Santa Monica, California, which is in LA, Los Angeles County. So I remember, in the video, it has this part where he's coming down the street from his mom's house, because I guess they have two doors. Like, this mom's door, this is his door. He came out, he went down the street, like it went downhill, and he's doing like slappies and shit. Song, Captain, there are doubts. Still in my head, man. I haven't seen that video for like 30 years. I can still in my head. Captain. Like, I can still hear that shit, just like Psycho Skate, right? Skate, skate, skate. As best you can. I mean, I haven't seen that since like 1988. Haven't seen that video? Psycho Skate? Still in my head, dude. Like, skate, skate, skate. You know what I mean? Like, they go down the hill. Mark Gonzalez did a kickflip and he fell and his glasses fell out. He's like, ah. I just still hear that through the music. So, I can see Natas' part right now in my head still. He's doing slappies and all that shit going down the hill. And he's like, oh, hey, dirt. Oh, that's my dad. He has that bum sitting there at the Santa Monica beach. Oh, that's my dad, And then he ollie to frontside stall on the curb. You know what I mean? Like all the tricks, I can still see it. Like, I haven't seen that video over 30 years. Because we watch it so much, it's embedded in my brain, right? In my head, it's like in there. I can't get it out. It's just like that song and everything. Like 270 board slides on the famous Venice curve. It's actually Santa Monica because, Natas did it first. So we get to Santa Monica at the beach. So we go to the beach, and I'm like, yeah, I remember. Natas lives here. You know what I mean? So we're just sitting there on the beach, and just looking around. I look up the hill a little bit, and what I see fucking Natas and Gabriel Rodriguez. They're walking towards his house. So they're walking this way, right? Like sitting right there looking up. They're walking this way, and they have all these streets going up, right? So then he came and then he turned up one of the streets. I'm like, fuck! So Tony and Kevin were sitting there, like, what? I said, dude, that's fucking Natas. So I ran, dude. I chased him like a stalker. So I started running. I had my board and shit. I ran up there. And then Tony and Kevin was staying behind at the beach. So I get up there. I'm like, oh, fuck. Where's his house at? Because they already went inside the house, right? So I was like, fuck. So then I see this this truck. It had on all these state stickers on there, right? It was parked in front. And I remember it had a Julian Stranger sticker. It's like a syringe. It's like a syringe, right? Airplane, but it's like a syringe with airplane with wings, and it's bent like that, and it says Stranger on it. Because I remember that sticker. Yeah, it was right on the bumper. Like, oh fuck, this must be house. And then I saw Gabriel Rodriguez was sitting there on the porch. And I remember him, from the chocolate video and shit. So I'm like, oh fuck, hey, what's up, Gabriel? I was like, hey, how you doing? I remember he had some Airwalks on, some green Airwalks. Oh, I skipped a step. Hold on. Never mind that. See, I'm already getting to the end of the video. Rewind. Okay, we can come back when I met Gabriel. Alright. So we're in San Diego. Fuck, I missed that whole part of San Diego. I was just so excited to get to the video. You thought the video was gonna be short, didn't you? No. You come for the skateboard, but you stay for my story because they're nice and long and detailed. So when we first got to San Diego, it was on a Saturday. We went to the phone booth because they have these phone booths. We didn't have cell phones back then. They had phone booths like this with a big, thick phone book, and they have the number and everything on here. And then they had a yellow page. So we looked up skateboard, right? And they had the Planet Earth company in there. Yeah, Planet Earth. Remember I told you? With Chris Miller who made that? and Brian Lottie, Javante Turner. I mean. So then we looked at the address, had the address and everything. So we looked up on the map, physical map, how to get there, right? So we get to the place, we get to Planet Earth office, and I looked in, and it was I think it was the part where it had that parking lot. It had a part in the Planet Earth view. I think it was John Reeves. It's either John Reeves or Sean Sheffield, one of those guys. They did a line there. Anyway, I'm like, so now I remember, you know, I'm like, oh fuck, yeah, this way he did this, you know, like shove-its and shit or whatever he did in the video. I can't remember what a lot of it he did. Probably a bunch of like audible gaps, probably like, you know, maybe Ollie 180 and shit like that. You know, anyways, one of the line of the Now and Later video. So then I was looking in the office, and I saw spray painted Airwalk. Like, okay, what about it? Okay, Airwalk shoes back then in 1989-90 was like the Balance, like the New Balance shoes of today, okay? That's how big it was. So back then, there was only so many shoes, right? So back then, I was riding, I switched to Vans because I always believe in supporting skateboard company, right? So then, because the reason is in the tongue right here. See? It says #1 skateboarding shoes. That's the reason I wrote Vans, right? That's why I switched to Vans. And I've been riding Vans for the longest time since then, since 1990, 1989, 90. So only in the pro shoes they have this. See, this is the half cab, right? This is the half cab, okay? So back then there was only two shoe company, Vans and Airwalk. And Airwalk was like the New Balance of today. So this is the half cab and have that. And then in the Anthony Van Engelen too. This is the Anthony Van Engelen. See? They have the same thing. #1 skate shoes. So when I saw that, those, it says skateboarding shoes, I switched it right away. Like I said, Airwalk used to be the #1 shoes, right? Brian Lottie had the 540 high tops, and it's got the little spiral thing on it, and he sprayed it all silver. And in one of his videos, he was skating those shoes. I was like, fuck, that's Brian Lottie's shoes. I was all starstruck, right? I mean, they had big names, right? Jeremy Ray, Chris Markovich, you know, a lot of big top pros rode for Airwalk. Rick Howard, Mike Carroll, everybody, right? So then after that, people used to get the high tops and they would cut them. Like I remember Danny Way was the first one to cut the half cabs. So they're down to low tops, like that. And then you have the Rudy Johnson Old English stickers with the Old English beer. Cause I remember, dude, like, I don't know, I'm like a skateboard nerd, dude. I know like every little detail. So one of his pictures doing like a nose blunt slides where it shows his shoes where he cut them, and then he took the foam out of it, and then he taped it with the Rudy Johnson Old English stickers, all like that, taped over it. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I can't even tell you like what sticker Matt Hensley had back in, you know, like a Transworld cover, or I don't know. Like I said, man, I'm like crazy skate rat detailed, you know. That's all I did, man. I lived and breathed That's why people say, oh man, skateboard is expensive and all that. That's all I did with my money, man. I just saved all my money. I didn't do drugs, I didn't drink, I didn't do anything. All my money went was to like, I'll buy like new vans, and then I'd buy like new skateboards, wheels, bearings, whatever, you know. So anyway, now, this is 1990. Airwalk was like the New Balance of today, right? So that was 35 years ago. And now you can still get Airwalk. See, I still rock Airwalk. I still ride them. See, Airwalk. See? Airwalk. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So that's my size 7.5. That means I have a little pee-pee. Because I only, you know what they say, you got big shoes, you got big pee-pee. I only got 7.5, so I got small pee-pee. It's okay. You know what they say? It's not the size of the pencil, baby. It's how you write it. So anyway, yeah, so I'm still rocking Airwalk. Guess how much? $20, dude. $20 at Walmart. Yeah, you just grab these right off the rack, baby. Yeah, so Airwalk was like New Balance back then. You know, $100, $150 or whatever, right? Now, you can get them at Walmart. 35 years later, 20 bucks. Yeah, I bought like 3 pairs of these. I like them. Look. Look, right away, dude. Look. Of course, you know, I take the soles out. The insoles, you know. You know what I mean? Make my feet strong, see? They're like, got that gummy, but, you know, they're all made the same place. So anyway, yeah, so I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. So then we're like, oh, man. So we looked up the, so we're driving around, right? We're thinking, that school got to be somewhere around here, right? That's in the H Street video, you know, School W. It's a famous school. So we're driving around and shit, and some guy was telling us like it was in this neighborhood where we were driving around. And then I saw some guy jogging. And I was like, hey, you know where a School W is? He's like, what? School W? He's like, I don't know, but there's a school. If you go there, turn right, turn left, right, it's right. And yeah, sure enough, dude, we found fucking School W. Because, see, back then they had codes for these schools because they didn't want people to like find out what their secret spots, right? So we get there, you know, and we found School W, and all the H Street guys were there. The Donger, John Reeves, oh, fuck, everybody, man. You know, that rode for H Street back then. Matt Hensley, like everyone, dude. They were skating all that shit. And that fence, the ollie, was pretty fucking high. The Donger ollie, over. So yeah, anyway, that's what we did when we were in San Diego. We like starstruck over Brian Lottie's Airwalk shoes. You know? It's like the New Balance for like today's kids that rock New Balance is like me on over Airwalk. But I never got Airwalk because remember, I got Vans because, you know, #1 skateboarding shoes. And anything that's skateboarding is sold to me, man. To me, anything that says skateboarding, you know? Alright, so now we're going back to Santa Monica, so where I met Gabriel. So I was like, oh man, what's up, man? He's like, hey, where's Natas? It's like, oh, he's inside. So then he came out, he looks at me like, who the fuck's this guy, you know? I say, hey man, hey, what's up, Natas? He's like, he's got that accent, right? That, where he was from, he's from what, Slavic or somewhere where he's from? He goes like that. I'm like, yeah. I go, hey, me and my friends are down there, we're gonna be down at the beach. You guys going skate later? He's like, yeah, we might go skate later. It's like, hey, can you come get us if you go skate? And they're like, whatever, it was this fucking clown, right? You know, I mean, this is back then, dude. It was cool, right? Nowadays, it's like people get all fucking. They probably call the cop on you for stalking them or doxing them or whatever, right? So back then, it was like, you know what I mean? The video, you know? That's how we found the fucking house. So I was like, cool, we'll be at the beach. So we went down there. This is around like 4 o'clock at night. So I go down there, and Kevin and Tony were sitting over there at the beach, on the curb, you know, on those ledges in Santa Monica. So I go down there and say, yeah, that was fucking Natas and Gabriel. I'm fucking all happy, fucking smile and shit. And they're like, whatever, you know, what are you, fucking celebrity struck? They were like, yeah, it's fucking Natas, dude. Been watching his videos, all those videos of Natas Kaupas, you know, Wheels of Fire, Streets of Fire. I mean, come on, man. Street skating with Natas Kaupas and Bill Danford. The Savannah Slammers and shit. You know what I mean? Like all the, what was it, Airwalk 88? Oh, man. I'm going way back in the time machine, you know? So we waited there. So then I look up the hill, and here they come down the street, right? And then they got to the bottom. I don't know what happened. Something happened or something, because they started walking on the sidewalk. I guess they slowed down. Maybe he slowed down because, yeah, maybe he slowed down so I could see him. For whatever reason, dude, I just happened to look over, and I saw him and Gabriel started walking. I was like, come on, Tony, Kevin, let's go. So I booked it, I chased them, and then they started running. Him and Gabriel were running away from us, like that way, like. So we chased him down, dude, and he went just around the corner. There was these big, like, nice little, like, red curbs and like a nice curb cut bump, you know, like off the driveway. And Natas was doing like frontside ollie 360s and shit, and Gabriel was doing all these nose manual and stuff. And I guess he said he hurt his ankle, so he can't skate that good that day. And just watching Natas, man, and Gabriel, I was like, oh fuck, dude, you know, slap you down the red curves and all that shit. So yeah, think about it, yeah. So me, my two best friends, and one of my, you know, the guy that we looked in videos that taught us how to, not me, but taught one of my friends how to ollie, and he taught me how to ollie. So I guess this could be like a Brero video, or a Skate IQ video, or a Tony Hawk ride video, or something, you know what I mean, along of the kids today, you know. But I don't know, that's my experience, you know what I mean? We physically went down there, you know? Yeah, and everything was fucking badass, man. And I think we got stopped coming back. Leaving California, the border stopped us. I wasn't a citizen, I was just an alien. So I just told them, yeah. So they stopped us for like 2 hours, dude. Because we were minor, you know, everybody else was minor or something, I guess. I don't know, a couple people. I guess, I don't know if Tony was a minor. I don't know what happened. Maybe one was under 17 or something, because I was 18. But all in all, man, there you go. That's how I met Natas and Gabriel Rodriguez. But, so, thanks for watching another story. Always go visit your friends and family. Alright? Keep on rolling, running water and go stale. You know. And I'm all, if you haven't seen me have fun, you see me quit. I'll be keeping the underground lit for you and me, alright? So, there'll be another story tomorrow, I hope. See ya.